So we're here at Brands Hatch today. It's a Monday, not unusual Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're here on a test day because we're racing here in Brands Hatch in a couple of weeks' time, and the Friday practice day is restricted, so we're here on a test day on a Monday instead. It's been going very well. Will started off learning the track at a relatively steady pace and has dropped his lap time down and down and down. Just before lunch, we got black flags for making too much noise. So we've unfortunately had to put the baffle in, strangely enough. The test day here today has a tighter noise restriction than we normally get on race day. We're seeing how it goes, but things are running well. Will's still scraping bits of his body and the bits of the bike on the road, and seems to be riding very well. So yeah, we're at the moment lunchtime. The best lap time was a 1:45.5, mid 1:45s, which probably, bearing on mind last year's lap times, would have put him sort of top three in qualifying. So we don't know what the lap times will be this year. We don't know what the weather conditions will be in a couple of weeks' time either, or anything like that. But no, good effort, and yeah, we'll see what this afternoon brings.
Exactly, you need to brake a lot and early, like 300 metres. And because it's uphill, you really don't. It's a lot later to brake. And you kind of want to late apex it as well, and so run a low speed and late apex it, otherwise you run wide.
Well, a bit concerning. Last session of the day, a rider came down the inside of Will and took him out. Will's sitting up there in the distance. The bike looks like it's in bits. He's lying down. He was sitting up. I think he's okay. He looks like he was holding onto his legs, so I have no idea what's happened. So we'll see in a minute. The other guy seems to be a little bit more stationary, shall we say, and the medics seem to be giving him a lot more attention, so I hope he's all right as well. So we're just waiting to hear. I tried going over there, but they sent me back, probably quite rightly so. So we'll see in a minute. Okay.
Winded and stuff, but yeah. Sorry.
Will had an accident. We've been over to the medical centre. He's hurt his foot and grazed his elbow. We think he ran over his own foot. The bike's a little bit damaged. It ran into the Armco barrier, or the tyre wall actually, it went into, and then bounced back. So, you know, all the fairings are a bit broken, there's a few dings in the tank, and the exhaust is a bit squashed and things like that. But nothing, you know, it's all stuff that's repairable. So we're optimistic it should be ready for Brands Hatch. I mean, you know, it was a sort of a bad end to a good day. But at least Will's now experienced his first accident, and which we knew was going to happen at some point. So, but anyway, so he's okay. I will take him to A&E just to get his foot x-rayed, because that's what they recommended. It's just sort of a compressional, I don't know, it's just been squashed basically. So yeah, we'll see how he gets on. All right, thanks, bye. So we've brought Will to A&E. They're sending him down for an x-ray in a minute. So he's just texting somebody on his phone behind me, but you can see his foot is a bit sore. A little bit swollen, but he's all right in himself, eh?
Yeah, I'm alright. We're on our way. X-ray reset.
So some really good news. Will's had his x-ray and his foot is not broken. So we were a little bit concerned that if it was, then that may impact Brands Hatch, but it's not broken, so it looks like we're going to be okay with that. He's on crutches, and yeah, it's going to give him a few days to heal, and we'll see where he is in a week's time or so.
So obviously today ended out quite eventful. We were doing a track day at Brands Hatch, the full GP circuit, mainly because the Friday test day with Bemsy at the GP race, and Brands GP race, we can't use the full GP circuit because we're not allowed. So we go and do a track day first, so I can learn the circuit, so I know where I'm going, so I'm not just stuck out straight out in qualifying on an unknown track. The day was going very well. We were finding it quite good. We were quite close to last year's pole laps, but unfortunately in the sixth session somebody did give me a tap on the rear wheel, which actually caused us both to fall off. It was on a decently fast corner, so I think the guy, I don't know what happened, I haven't spoken to him, but he was injured a bit in the accident, but I think he just misjudged it. I mean, it happens, we're all racers, we all have made mistakes, and these things happen, so there's no blame on him. So, but I think he ended up with actually quite a bad concussion and some bruising, whereas when he hit me, it actually jumped me in the air, because the back of the bike kind of slid out and then caught grip, so that kind of threw me into the air a little bit. But and as I fell off the side of the bike, my arms were still on, so I was kind of still kind of half riding the bike, if that makes any sense. But I as soon as I realised this had happened, as soon as I kind of went, whoa, I looked up and we were just going straight towards the gravel and a tyre wall, so I thought best just to let go and roll. And as I did that, the first thing that happened was I kind of like rolled over and ended up somersaulting because my head dug into the ground, and I was just going end over end over end. I think somebody said I did about 3.5 rotations, which sounds quite impressive. It was quite an interesting experience. I've never had that at that kind of speed before. I don't know what we were doing, but we were expecting about 60 odd miles an hour, and going end over end at that kind of speed felt different to anything I've ever experienced. But then as I stopped, I thought, oh, I'm actually all right, and I feel fine, and obviously, to an extent, I actually am. I'm completely fine. I mean, I've got cuts and a bit of a swollen foot, but I then went to try and stand up, or I tried to like move and check all my limbs, and I was feeling all right, and I noticed this weird kind of achy pain in my foot, and I thought, oh, that doesn't feel very comfortable. So I obviously didn't want to get up or move, because it was getting a bit more painful every second that went by. But I felt fine, and I could see the other guy lying down, and he was quite a way away from me, because as I said, it was decently fast, and he just went on a different path to me. I went straight through the gravel, whereas he went across the grass, So the bike had actually, I think, what happened with my foot, where I fell off the side of it, I think my foot actually got caught under it, and ended the bike rolling and bouncing and landing like kind of upright on the tyre wall, and then bounced in the air and then back down and back just next to me. So it was quite lucky that it was quite good that it didn't actually land on me, because that could have hurt quite a lot. But yeah, I mean, the medics and Marshall, there was only one Marshall there, being a track day, there's not as many Marshalls as Bemsy normally use. Did a brilliant job. They were with me within 10-15 seconons. The ambulance was there for both of us, because needed two ambulances, obviously, because we were both injured. I reckon the ambulances were there within 60 seconds, and I was in the back of it probably within 2 or 3 minutes, because obviously I couldn't walk, really. I was just in a bit of discomfort. And yeah, I mean, racing is racing. These things happen, so we all, as I said, we all make mistakes, and it happens. So unfortunately, the bike has suffered probably a bit more damage than I have. I should be back out for next race, and hopefully the bike should too. But where I think it's probably damaged most parts of it, from bouncing to hitting tyre walls to coming back down. But yeah, I think it was one way to get my first crash out of the way. I hadn't actually fallen off on a circuit before. I've fallen off road a number of times, and I've fallen off on the road once. But I'd never crashed on a circuit before, so it was a reasonable sized crash to have as your first racing accident. So, but yeah, I'm doing all right. My foot, we went for the X-ray. We drove to A&E in Canterbury, because it's near my home. I was all right. I didn't need to be rushed to hospital or anything like that. But we went to A&E in Canterbury, got it X-rayed, and it came back with no broken bones, which is awesome. Means I can actually start using it once I feel I'm okay, and once I feel like I can. So it means that I don't have to have it in a cast, and it means Brand's GP in 3 weeks' time is looking more likely, which would be good. And actually, another thing I forgot to mention was I really can't explain how great it is just to have all of those messages asking how I am, and really it's growing our outreach. I mean, it may have been an awful situation, but the way we dealt with it as a team, I think really like goes to show that we are there to share our faith, and we are there to be the calm and reasonable Christians that we are. So I really think in this madness, it has pulled through in a good light. So yeah, it's just really nice to see all of the messages that people are sending me, which is really appreciated. But yeah, thank you.